Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss the today's Leetcode problem, queue reconstruction by height. So what the problem says, we are given an array of people, the array name is people, which have two attributes. The first attribute is the height of a person, and the second attribute k represent the number of persons in front whose height are greater than or equals to h. So what we have to do, we are given an array of people that have to attribute height and the number of person that are in front, or we can say on the left of the queue, because the queue is starting from here to here. So this k represent the number of person on the left side. So this represent the number of person on the left side, and this represent the height. So we are given the array of the people and we have to arrange it, or we have to reconstruct the queue that represented by the input array people. So what the question is trying to say, we are given an input array of people and we have to reconstruct it into its proper sequence. Okay, so हमें basically arrangements करने हैं based on the height of the person and based on the position. Okay, so we can see if we arrange the heights based on increasing order, we get some probability of getting the correct sequence. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll sort the people array based upon their height. So if we sort the people array based upon their height, so let's suppose we are given an array of input array like this, where we have height as 5 1 5, and there are one person that is in the front of a person of height 5. So similarly we are given the height of a, so we are given the values for the array people, so we will sort it based upon their height. So for these values, if two persons have the same height, so we'll sort them based upon their second value. If it's this value, the k value is greater, then it will appear later in the array, and if it is smaller, it will appear in front of the array. Okay, so we'll get, after sorting, we get 4 2 5 0 5 1 and 6 0. Okay, so this is our first condition. We have sorted the array based upon their heights and based upon their position. So for this we will use a comparator operator. Okay, now we have done that, but we are not still confident that we will get the correct sequence of heights that are asked. So what we'll do, we'll iterate over the sorted people array. Okay, the given input array, we'll iterate over it, and we'll maintain an answer vector of vector, we can say, and there are four vacant positions because we have to rearrange them, but the places that we have to fill will remain as it is, the size of the input array. So what we can do, we'll iterate over the input array, we'll check for the, we'll first take out the value of, that is the position value and the height. So what will we check, if the place in the answer array is vacant, or if the value is present in this position, then if the value of y is greater than or equals to height present at this position, then we're gonna decrease the value of x. And if the place is vacant, if the place is vacant and the x value is 0, then we're gonna put that element on the vacant position. Okay, we'll put the element at the vacant position. So I will show you the working of it. So we have four positions here. I will calculate the height is 4 and position is 2. Okay, So we'll iterate over this answer array. Is this position vacant? Yes, it is vacant. So we'll decrease x by 1. So x will become now 1. Okay. So x will become now 1. Now we'll move to the next place. Is it vacant? Yes, it is vacant. Now the answer will become 0. Now we'll move to the next place. Is the place vacant? Yes, the place is vacant and the value of x is 0. So what we can do, we can place that value at this position. Okay, there's simple work we have to do. Now again, we'll take the height as well as the position. Okay, so height is 5 and the position is 0. So we'll check if this position is vacant. Yes, this position is vacant. Is the value of x is 0? Yes, it is 0. So we can put this element at this position. Okay, this element at this position. Now we'll check for this element. We'll again compute. We don't have to compute, we'll just place the value of position and height. We'll check if the value present at this position is vacant. No, it is not vacant. The place is not vacant. So if the place is not vacant, we'll check the height. If it is greater than or equals to the current height, then we're gonna decrement the x. So it is satisfying the condition because it is equals to the height which we are considering. So we'll decrement x. Now x will become 0. We're gonna check for this position. Is this position vacant? Yes, it is. X value 0. Yes, it is. So we'll place the value here. Simply. Again, we move to this position. We'll check for the answer array. We put the value in the variables. The height is 6. The position is 0. Is the value, is the place vacant? No, it is not vacant. Is the place vacant? No, it is not vacant. Is the position vacant? One thing we also have to check, if the position is not vacant, we gonna check for height. So height is less than, the considered height. Height is less than the considered height. So for this position, the position is vacant. Is x value 0? Yes, it is. We're gonna place the value here. Now our all the positions are filled, so we'll come out of the loop and return our answer. So this is how we'll solve the question. So first thing, I will show you the pseudocode for it. So first thing, step by step we'll check. First thing, what we have to do, we have to sort the people array. Okay, based upon the value of height, based upon height and the value of k. Okay, so how we'll sort it? We'll apply, let's suppose we are having the vector people, so we're going to use the comparator function. So this is the normal sorting process, and the third parameter we have as a parameter comparator. So I will write the comparator function here. So we'll have two parameters in our comparator function, and both are the vector of size 2. So we'll pass them by reference such that we do not need to use extra space here. Okay, now what we will do, we'll check, we're gonna check for two values, for height and for the position. If the height of a, that is what we are considering, if height of a is equals to height of b, if they both are equal, then what we have to do, we have to consider the kth position, because we want to arrange them on the based on their position also. So we have to arrange them in the uh, ascending order. So we will perform this and we'll return true here. Okay, now if a of 0 is less than b of 0, that basically done to sort it in increasing order of their height. Okay, and otherwise we'll return false. So this is a basic comparator function we'll write here. So this is how we'll write the comparator function. Now what we have to do, if the size of the people array, let's suppose n is the size of the people array, now we will create an answer vector of size n. Okay, we'll create a answer vector of size n. Now what we'll do, we'll loop over the people array from 0 to n minus 1. So for every element we'll put the value of height and the position, the variable x and y. For x we'll put the value of position, and here we put the value of height. So for every value we're gonna check for the answer vector. Okay, for every value we're gonna check the answer vector, that if the place is vacant, then how we gonna check? If answer of j dot size is equals to 0 and x is equals to 0, that means we will put the value. So how will you put the value? We will just push back people of I, and we will break the inner loop. Okay, this work we have to done. Otherwise if the place is vacant, that means answer dot size is equals to 0, or what other condition we have, if the value of y, or we get the value of y not people of, sorry, we are not considering people here. If the place which we are checking is not vacant, the vacant position we are checking here, if the position is not vacant, for that condition we're gonna check if the value of the height is greater than or equals to the considered height, that is y here. Okay, that is y here. So if the height at that particular position is greater than or equals to y, then we again gonna decrement x. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem, and at the end we're gonna return the answer vector. So this, I have written the whole pseudocode for it. This approach requires a time complexity of order of n log n to sort the people vector, and order of n square to solve this, to put the value in the answer vector. So in general it required a time complexity of big O of n square. Okay, so this is an important question. If you haven't get any intuition uh, after its first look, you should first solve it on the paper pen and then look for the solution, because you can get to this sorting part only. If you can get to the sorting part, you have got 50% of the question. Okay, this is just the remaining part we have to do after the sorting. Okay, so yeah, this is all. The link for the code is available in the description. So bye.